Hello, hello, it's the weekend, everybody. We made it. We're enjoying it. We're in it. We are having a good one so far. We've had some good sales as well, not just, good 2 days that we've had off here. We've had off, I say for school, right? Because we're always on eBay, we're always on the reseller mindset. Here on Man Up Sells or anywhere in this planet where you might be a reseller tuning in from. Anyways, I had a bit of an interesting story. It's so stupid. A little freaking thing like this big, smaller, actually smaller. I don't know if I have anything smaller here. Think about it like maybe a few things of this tape, like maybe I don't know, like a few pages of this. Like if I went like this and I showed it off like that, like that there. That is how much. That was how thin this paperback I had was, and I lost it. No surprise, right? But someone had bought it, and I could not find it anywhere. I checked through all my boxes, all my stuffs. It was not anywhere, and I wanted to talk to you guys about that a little bit today, give you some advice, and it all worked out in the end, but I want to tell you guys how I did it, how I worked it out, and made sure that, I didn't get a big red sticker, didn't get anything, like, bad that happened to me, really. I just had to cancel an order. And I'll tell you guys kind of what I said, how I went about it, and yeah, well, we're breaking down all these good, wonderful sales. We have 10 plus sales, which is very nice indeed. So we have a pretty standard $15 book here, hardcover, vintage, very obviously vintage, has that little look to it, a little wear and tear up at the top, not bad, not bad. Show the middle off, 1947, hey, way before my time, way before, yeah, god damn, there was some dinosaurs back then or something. This one sold, $15, pretty good, had this not for that long, I remember getting it, and I remember selling it, because I'm doing it right now. So I love books like that when they're in and out, It's very nice, very good. It's one of those things that's like, all right, you could definitely say that this was a good buy. You'll try to look out for these read to me ones in the future. You know what I mean? Another strategy here. This one's like kind of a bit of a strategy piece. I think I showed this off at one point, but in case I haven't, I want to break down why I have done this, why I've done this item in particular. This one I got at a half off sale, so they were kind of like giving away their DVDs. Actually, it was either half off or a bag. It was when a thrift store was closing down for the season, and I took the opportunity, like, hey, hey, let's see what we got here. So we went and we checked out these, and they're all like items, and I want to stress that they're not like items. Like this is Paw Patrol into Octonauts into Amanda Please into Blue's Clues. Not the same. They're not the same. Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus is not the same as Elmo and the Pink Person, right? So it's not the same, but they're for kids, and that's what I wanted to highlight up here. A lot of 7 kids DVDs, Sesame Street, Paw Patrol, and all those other ones. So really, for this, you get a good deal, and you're kind of out there. You're like, oh, there's nothing really here individually that's selling too well, and the stuff's pretty cheap. So it's like, do I really want this? Well, one little strategy you can do, if right price, obviously, I wouldn't pay $1 each for these. You wouldn't be making anything. But if you are doing something like this, where you get half off or in a bag for really not that much, and you have like a bunch of other stuff you can get in these little pretty cheap bundles, and just call it a kids DVD lot, as long as it's kids, you're a double thumb up here. It's like you can't guarantee how much you're gonna get. You can probably get a little more than this if it's all Disney or all Pixar and all that, like Universal. You can probably get a little more. I've done general lots like that where it's like kids animated, and it'll be movies, and they'll sell for like closer to 20. But these random, like this is a book. I remember reading this book, so it's the Pigeon one I want to say. So it's not really a show. These aren't like seasons. These are just one-off random things. So $12 for some pretty weird stuff. Let's say it was a half off day, so 50 cents each. So we're gonna say $3.50, right? $3.50 into $12 plus shipping. That's pretty good. Choking, but recovering. Choking, but recovering. So yeah, that's definitely a thumbs up here for me. To talk a little bit about how I dealt with that missing item, I want to tell you guys I did make sure the first step before doing anything else is look. All right, because I look through every box I have, and I have the whole alphabet and some double A's, double B's, double C's. I went through all the boxes. like twice, and then the ones up here that I dealt with recently, where it was most likely going to be 3 times. I also have some books here that I thought, like, on my table, I thought they were right there. I knew they were right there. In my mind, I was like, I'm going to ship this out today. It's going to be right there. Was not there. I honestly have no clue where it is. It hasn't shown up yet. It's gone, missing. Someone took it. Someone came in my office, my box office here, and they took it. I don't know. They wanted the Amish Arizona book. Kind of weird pick, but they picked it. Anyways, I actually have no clue. Maybe the ghost is reading it. But anyways, the first thing I did after that was obviously you contact the buyer. Now, what are you gonna say? That's what's important. Like, hey, I lost your book, right? But you can write it in a way that is a little bit better, and it's more what is it called? Easing on the eyes, maybe. like for instance, like what I did was, hey, apologies. I've looked through my entire storage 2 or 3 times now. I really can't find it. I apologize. It seems to have just disappeared. But what is important here is, like, I immediately in that message I offered a full refund. Obviously, you do a little bit of groveling. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. So apologies for this inconvenience. I do that. I did that. No shame. No shame. Because you are. I won't say screwing them, but you are not giving them the item they bought. So I make sure I'm very fair, very honest. I'll give you a full refund right now. But I also offered, just to try to, see what would happen. I offered you can buy a book in my store that's similar, or not buy, but I will give you a book in my store that is similar in value, and if you have any interest in it, to the one you got. So you don't have to rebuy anything, you just get it in place of that item. And he said, sure, he would take me up on that, and he looked for a little bit. I said, all right, yeah, just looking around. I have a lot of old vintage ones. He ended up not finding anything. I mean, I only have so many vintage Amish books, and the guy was nice. He was like, yeah, I'll just take the refund. Gave him a refund. It was all good. It ended fine, and the guy, no negative reviews. Like I said, I made sure I messaged him right away when I got the message. I wanted to make sure, I was giving him 100% of my focus, because I wasn't giving his item 100% of my focus, and look where that got us. So yeah, in the future, obviously, the ways you can prevent that is just, don't have a pile of stuff that you need to put into storage. That can be hard. That's not easy. It's just what I know in my mind. This could lead to improvement. What happened really was it wasn't labeled. I have a storage system where I label books A. That's for a simple example. So anything in the custom SKU on eBay will be, let's say, Stephen King book. It's in books A. So when it sells, I'll go right down to books A, and I'll go and I'll pick it up. No problem. You just boop, boop, ship it. It's gone. Now, this book had no custom SKU. Now, sometimes some of my older listings, they might have it in the description. Go down to the description, nothing there. So being consistent, making sure you're on top of your listing and organization game, because organization is it's one of those not really talked about aspects of being a reseller, but organization and storage are very important and can make shipping way easier, make it way easier, maybe more convenient for you, and make sales more consistent. This has never really happened to me before. I've never had to cancel an order for this reason. I just want to talk about it a little bit today. Just give you guys what I did. I basically, just TLDR for you, TLDR. So if you somehow skipped to this point, I immediately looked, couldn't find, re-looked, still couldn't find. Kind of gave up, messaged him immediately, was nice, said apologies, offered him a refund. Also offered him kind of like a store credit, sort of like, hey, if you see a book, I'll give it to you, no questions asked. Let him look through my store, didn't want anything, gave him the refund, was all good. No red stickers. They can leave you a red sticker, it can happen, but like I said, you treat them nice, you're on top of it, you are making sure that you are, responding to them quickly, you're not letting it sit for 48 hours, you're not shipping the item. That's the other thing, because eBay will they'll bonk you, right, for not shipping an item. So you want to deal with it either before you've shipped it out, or you can print the shipping label so eBay doesn't get you if you need extra time to look. I don't know if you really want to do that. If you're very confident that you're going to find it, I guess you could do that. But I would really recommend doing it and looking and dealing with the whole thing before you start trying to buy some time with some funny mechanics there. But yeah, that's what I did. It worked out for me. Obviously, unfortunately, the item didn't go out. I didn't get my $10 for the Amish book. We still have no clue where the Amish book is. So, yeah, it is how it goes sometimes. But, hopefully it doesn't happen again in the future. I'll just try to make sure I'm a little more organized. Right now, I have a lot of stuff back here I need to organize. I don't know. It's one of those things. It's like the organization system's perfect. It's me that's fallible. It's one of those things where it's human error, right? And we're all human. We all make mistakes. I like stressing that on this channel. I'll show you my sales, woo! But it's really it's not all money, and never get that impression. There is some weird things that you have to deal with when you're a reseller, and deal with them. We will, and we have, and we always will continue to do, and we'll do it together on this channel. I like making sure whenever I experience an inconvenience or a weird thing, a error, a bad, negative thing, I talk about it to you guys. It's nice talking about things, but it's also nice giving advice to some fellow merchants, online merchants. Going back to what's sold. Stephen King, always Stephen King hardcovers. They're very good. The weakest ones sell for $10 for shipping, and this is one of those. Owen King here with 2017. This is a little more modern one, and obviously you get your old your Bachman books. Anyone who has watched this channel for a little bit, they know that Stephen King is formerly known as Bachman. That was his alias. So if you ever see anything that says Bachman or the Bachman books, there's a little collection called the Bachman books. Sells really well, huge. I've sold it almost like $100, and then I sold a paperback one for $40, and it was all torn up. It was, the Bachman books are good. Stephen King's good. Definitely a consistent $1 in, $10 out, and sometimes a little more. If you get the first edition or a slightly vintage one, it'll definitely be in that mid-20s range. It's a little more typical for his better stuff. Moving on, The Creation, huge book, $15, enough. Nice in another $15 sale. 1980s, a little art book. I always want to tell you guys, art books are pretty solid. I find them, I was going to say you don't find them too often, but I know I find them pretty often. I just feel like I don't see people on YouTube that also find them pretty often. So you can just normally tell, like, oh, wow, this looks nice. It's a big image. Normally they're pretty long, or they're like those coffee table-esque books. And yeah, they'll have art on them, no surprise. And it's covered with art. So if you see something that's, a nice little art book, always check it out. I always have checked out art books, especially if you, you find a little bit of a lot of the same, photographer or artist, and you can just lot them together. And they normally go pretty good. Sometimes you get like $40, $50 for a good lot, or a good friggin' photo book. You can get a $50, $60 as well. Sometimes they're super rare. I'm trying to think of the guy. It's like Elton Porter or something Porter. E. Porter. That's what I'll call it. But yeah, his is pretty good. I remember I've sold a lot of his for some decent money, and I find it pretty frequently. The Portal of the Road, Thariu. Very weird. Don't know how to pronounce it. But what I do know is that it sold for $12. Pretty good, little hardcover. Just get it. Vintage, 1947. Yep, that's vintage. Oh, 1960, actually, fourth printing. Yeah, it's a little bit of a wear and tear, so, it's pretty nice that it sold at all. Sometimes these vintage ones will have that wear and tear, and that's normally the best way you can tell that's vintage. Because if it's a modern day hardcover with that amount of wear and tear, good luck selling it. Normally that's not too good. But yeah, we show off the printings and the dates. We make sure we show that off, and all the little middle cover area stuff, the inner cover there. And we have the back. So basically, front, middle, back. That's how I like calling it. And yeah, if there's any unique blemishes, page 53 has a huge black splotch on the bottom third paragraph, then yeah, we'll show that off. But if it's perfectly fine book, then normally we don't do that, and we just send it on its way. This one we just covered. Very cool. In and out. The metal shaping. Not sharpening. How to gas weld aluminum. Gas welding aluminum. Who would have guessed it? Well, this is the one that only a big bundle had ever sold, so I tried to price it accordingly. Got an offer. Took my offer. because I like sacrificing to the eBay gods to get the weekend ball rolling. And sometimes this is exactly what you need. I always make sure I take reasonable offers I can take and still get a good amount back from the sale. I always make sure I do those. A lot of people, they're like, oh, I turn off my offers. Oh, I don't do offers. I do offers. Offers are pretty crucial to my business's success because I feel like I accept quite a good amount of them. Brand new and sealed DVD, always brand new and sealed. It's a deal. We made a video, probably I don't know if my best video, but I felt pretty proud about it. About brand new and sealed is a deal. We took 30 DVDs that were brand new and sealed and tried to see, was on average them worth it. And I think there was one that was, you'd make like a few cents off of. That was the worst one. And it wasn't like negative, but it was really bad. But all the other ones, you made a good few dollars or a lot of money, and this was, I believe, one of them in that video. So $1 into 13 plus shipping, not bad. I think I had it out there for 15, offered 13. Call it a win. Just call it a day. Took the offer, and hopefully, if my crackpot theory, my tin additiveness is correct, led to all these other sales directly. No, not directly, but weird algorithmic mumbo jumbo that no one else understands other than myself, because Mr. eBay has sent me all the codes, This one, my dearest friend sent right to me for free. He gave me a bunch of books for free. I really appreciated that. This is a dictionary of word roots and combining forms. They actually had a few of these, and there's some really good ones. A lot of these sold for, I shouldn't say sold, but in the past for like around $20, and a lot of the other ones that isn't this one sold pretty well as well. So we like that. We like that very well. First edition 1960. Pretty cool, pretty cool. We show off the back here. It has a little bit of a sticker so people know there's a sticker. And then show off, oh, look at that. Show off some blemishes. Why would I do that? Because I like being honest with my customers. I like showing them what they're getting. So I make sure I do that. And yeah, so that one sold here, $20 just about, $18 plus $3 shipping. Got it for free. They just were throwing out a bunch of books. Said, hey, you want to take these? I said, think of me like a dumpster bin for books and media. I will take all your things. And they gave me all of them. I'm just about finished with them. I was listing some today. I have 2 left. Two. I've been making progress. A lot of them are just, those little, you call it like a Hanford's, or let's just call it like a little market book section, right when you're walking out, and they're like those little bad books, and, it's like $7.49, slash, and it's a $5.49 on sale, but it was always $5.49. It's like that, and there's a lot of those books. And, they're selling for like, $3 to $5. But like I said, I got them for free. So, I don't mind, I don't mind. I like just getting stuff up there. We're at 1,200 listings, by the way. 1,200 listings. That's crazy. Astrology. Write this down. No matter where you are on this planet or in this universe. This is the truth. This is real. This is amazing. This is astrology. I sold so much astrology stuff in my day. Always sells pretty quick and always sells very well. A vintage astrology book for $45. Very good, very cool. 1920s here. This is just a nice book. This is a very cool old book. But I've sold astrology cards, other astrology books, some astrology DVDs. I know it's a very niche thing. Like, oh, who's buying astrology? I don't know, but people are. So, yeah, I always keep an eye out for astrology, vintage astrology, modern astrology, anything like that, any of those weird, like, sign symbols, cards, things. I've had so much luck. I know I don't say that, oh, I sell cards. I do. Like, I've sold, like, these weird, I don't know if it was astrology, but there was some other A word that, people looked at some weird, funny stuff. But, I don't mind, it's pretty cool stuff. I like that it exists in this world. I like that we have this, kind of subgenre of, what everything is based on, what the foundations of the world are. That's pretty cool. I like that. I appreciate it. And I respect it to an extent, and it sells pretty well, so I respect it quite a bit more. Madai! You knew it. You knew it was going to sneak in here. A music CD of kind of poor quality, pretty cracked, and, it's not that good, but, we got $7 out of it. Probably paid like 10 to 20 cents on this. It's, this is what you get with your music CDs. They're never going to sell that high. Some of them do. I've sold some. I think the highest selling one I sold was like $30. It was some rare. I think it was Jimmy Buffett or something weird. It was super weird. I don't know why it sold for that much. But yeah, obviously, like I said, some cracks. Seems like it's a volume piece, so I don't know if it was like, yeah, it's actually part of a set. I remember this. So yeah, is what it was. $7. We'll take it. It's good and gone. I always like doing these. They're pretty inexpensive. They are easy to store. I only have a CDs A and a CDs B, but neither are full. So you can just pile them on. You can get them all a lot cheap. You don't get much on them. Some of them you hang on to for a little bit, but they do sell eventually, and they sell pretty well in comparison to what you're putting in. You know what I mean? Rec of Pen Central. We showed this off on a video recently. I know we did. Look at that. We show off this. It's a little blurry, but you know that's writing. We show off, obviously, the date. Oh, first edition, too. Wow. First edition vintage hardcover. That's a prime edition. Too bad the dust jacket's a little rough. But we did get what we got, which was $22 plus $3.82 shipping. I like that. Like I said, I kind of broke this down in a video about like how I do hardcovers, and I'll break it down again because I think it was pretty good advice. It's kind of like I put it as a star system, right? So it's kind of like, all right, you have one that is a hardcover, bing, it's vintage, bing, it's first edition, bing, first edition, first printing or whatever. It has the dust jacket, dink, and it's all in good condition, boink. So if you have all 5 of those things, you have a perfect book, and if you have, if it's signed, it's in a whole other realm. It's ascended. It's godhood. It's 6 stars. It's not even signatures. Just you are dealing with a big book. It doesn't even matter if it's a copy paste artist like James Patterson or any of those people. It is just a good, beautiful book to get, signed. You don't find it often. You don't find signed often, but in this case, there's some significant wear and tear here and there. It's pretty apparent, obviously. So you want to make sure you're pricing accordingly, right? Because you can say, oh, it's the first edition, it's this and that and that. But if it looks ugly, people are, I could get this one for, $10 more, and it's this. So offering a fair price for the condition of your item, I think, is a good idea. You can't just make sales purely off of, the adjectives that you use, the descriptions that you put. You got to make sure you also use your price as a selling point. That's how I view it, at least. The last but not least, what could I possibly have saved? It's something I haven't had in a video in a little bit, but I wanted to show it off again because it finally happened. Some more knittings. I know, it's stupid. Why am I ending a video on knitting? I just find it funny how many places around here give away knitting stuff for free. It probably is literally only me, and this is irrelevant information to everyone watching. But for me, I keep seeing it. It literally happened this past weekend. Like, there's just a knitting stuff out in the free bin. Like, they're just getting rid of it, and you don't get much. I took an offer. I think I have this out here for like $9. I'm charging $4.50 shipping. I sold it for $6.50. I just took the offer. These are free. These were 3 free edgings. That's what they were called. So that was the little Coats of Clark's edgings. And it was it's a weird lot. It doesn't make sense. I got them for free. Sold them for $6.50 plus $4.50 shipping. Like I said, it's just dumb. This is mainly to stress if the price is 0, you can only go up from there. Check your free bin. See if these thrift stores are like throwing stuff out. Right? Or if your friends are throwing stuff out, or they want to clear some stuff out. I have so many friends that are like, oh my god, I just want to get through my garage. Oh my god, I want to go through my basement. Oh my god, I want to go through my attic. I'm signing right up. Like this summer, my friends like, we're clearing out our basement. We'd love to have you there because we have so many old books that we're just going to get. So I'm probably going to get a bunch of books again from my friends. Because they're just, they're getting rid of this stuff. They're going to throw it out. And they're just like, they'd rather have you succeed than this just go to a landfill, right? And, I'm blessed to have good friends like that. And I'm sure, at least some of you watching having 1 or 2 friends or an aunt and uncle or a cousin out there with a little bit too many boxes of stuff. And they're looking to get rid of it. And you can definitely be the person, even if it's stuff that you don't traditionally sell. They were trying to give me some like weird coffee or snow cone maker. I don't know what it was. I'm not going to do that. But the thing, what I'm trying to say is, this is a perfect time to experiment. This is like, oh, well, what if I sell parts for this coffee maker, or these these little pads that fit into a golf club that makes it so when it's sitting at the bottom of the barrel, it doesn't get marked. It's some weird little niche thing that you would never have tried, but you found at your, the basement of your friend's house, and they're like, yeah, I don't want it. And you just try it because the price is zero. You might as well just try things, experiment like I do with these knitting. Like now I actually buy some of these if they're like, 25 cents or so. I will buy these because some of these are pretty good. They're more than this, obviously, I go for. But yeah, some of them are actually pretty good, some of the brands. And that's how I learned. I took from the free bin and I was like, oh, great. I had a note card. I had a note card, so like a pack of note cards. Why would anyone buy, weird little paper note cards? I don't know. I wouldn't have gone there if it wasn't in the free bin. I picked it up and I was like, oh, it's sealed. I always say if it's sealed, it's a deal. So I took it and I ran with it. And ran with it I did. I think I got like $10 earlier this week. I shipped it out. Very cool. Again, another weird one. I'll just give you another dumb thing that I sold. Like how in Pirates of the Caribbean, like they have the thing and it's like chink, chink, chink on the map. And it's like, I don't really even know what it's called. But, it's exactly what I mean. It's a map, and you go boom, with the pencil, and it's a very sharp pencil. It's like, and it's stuff like that. I actually sold one of those for I think like $5. Again, I think I actually got it for 50 cents. So that one wasn't free, but I think it was 50 cents and a half off day. So I was like, I'm gonna try it. Like I said, experiment. Low price, you can experiment with stuff. Try experimenting. You never know. When you expand how many categories you sell on eBay, you're just expanding the power of your store. You're extending your reach. You're opening up more opportunities to you. And I think that's a very good and a healthy thing to do. And not only just for like mentally, like trying something new is so much better than plugging and chugging, but also for your store's health. You're getting more stuff. You're targeting more people. You're getting that wider net. And that's very good because, we're selling to, the entire country, or if you do international, you're telling the entire world. There's a lot of people out there with a lot of interest, a lot of different needs and wants. The more that you can accommodate them, the better off, in theory, you'll do. So that's what I've been trying to do, trying to expand as much as I can. I do it very slowly. I do it very measured and contemplated in my mind. And so taking those baby steps, making sure it's low risk, no risk, preferably, when you're first starting out in a new category, minimizing all that, nasty stuff like losing out on money and getting burnt from an item, being, I'm never dealing with that again. I'm never doing it. Make sure you try to never put yourself up like that. I've known some people that have even tried starting reselling and, they had one bad experience. They got, scammed themselves or got scammed by someone and, they just didn't do it again. And yeah, trying to make sure you do it smart, you expand smart, you start smart, and you can take more risk once you know what you're doing. But when you're starting out, just start with some bread and butter stuff. All right, watch some videos on YouTube. There's plenty of great people. I just mainly do my media here, so if you're interested in that, hey, thanks for checking me out. If you're interested in other stuff, everyone has categories. They're all amazing people, and I'll do this great stuff. I'm just another guy who's, being a shepherd for any media people. That speech belonged in full cam, but, it is what it is. Sometimes my heart takes over, and I just start speaking right from it. Anyways, guys, this speech will be on full cam, and it will be our parting ways speech. I will not be making a video tomorrow because I have a test Tuesday, and I'm studying for that. So, So we're making this kind of bigger video today, 30 minutes on the clock here. Not bad, not bad. I'm going to go ship some stuff that's supposed to go out tomorrow and Tuesday, so I don't have to deal with any of that. I believe I have 11 things to ship. Pretty good. We're at 2:30 on Sunday, so, maybe we'll get some extra sales in the evening. Don't know. Just listed some stuff, so we'll see how it goes. Anyways, guys, speaking of seeing how it goes, we will see how it goes in the next week. I hope you all have a fantastic week of sales, listing, thrifting, or however you get your stock. My name is Untitled Sales. It's been a pleasure. Soldier salute and peace. Been a pleasure. Goodbye. Untitled Sales. Peace and out.